Hello there, I'm Laxkel and welcome to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, or whatever it is. Not really sure how you pronounce it. I thought it could be really interesting to make a gameplay of this. So, yeah, I don't know anything about this game other than you're a lawyer named Phoenix Wright, and you have to solve crimes. Now, I don't know anything about this game at all besides that, so I just took the first game I could find. And since this is a new way of recording, I had to try it out first, so I know a bit of the start of this one. And it made me quite curious, so I researched it a bit, and this is actually the third game in the franchise. But that's actually okay, because the first two missions of this game, I think it is, I found out, actually takes place before the first game. So I thought we could do that, or do these first missions and then go to the first game. And then when we actually end up coming to this game afterwards, then we continue from where we left. So let's not wait any longer. This is also gonna be a whole new experience for me, because I have to make up voices for everyone. I only hope there isn't a lot of female characters. That wouldn't be good. Oh. Ah! How did I get into this mess? Why? Why did I do that? Okay. That girl. You shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your own sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying! Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that. Oh snap. Wait, what? Isn't that the guy you're supposed to be? It wasn't me. I didn't do it. Mia Fey. April 11th, 9:40 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. It's finally time. I'm kind of nervous. Oh, that's a girl. I have to make it a bit loud. Oh, Mr. Grasberg, good morning.
Oh, Mia, please calm yourself down. You're going to get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know.
What are you talking about? I am relaxed. Mr. Grasberg, look at me. I'm relaxed.
Let go of my labels.
Oh, labels?
Labels? You obviously haven't got the temperament to be a lawyer.
I'm so sorry. It's just that I'm so nervous today.
Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never you fear, my dear. I'm Marvin Grossberg. At your service.
Actually, this is my second time in court.
Okay. Still, you surprised me. What with your earnest request last night? Let me handle this case, you suddenly said. And quite forcefully, too.
I just found out yesterday. About the case, I mean.
What? Had you already learned all the relevant facts?
Well, about that, you see, of course I have, I think.
Oh dear. In any case, don't let our client see you're so nervous. You see the poor young man in the pink sweater there? That's our client.
What? Good morning, everyone! What? Good morning. Try to keep smiling, Mia. I probably should be a better voice for him. That sounded terrible. I just want to say I'll give it all I got. Yep, it'll be fine. No problem. Achoo! Achoo! What the fuck was that? Okay. Oh, what's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Wright? Actually, it's Wright. Like the Flying Brothers. People screw it up all the time. And yes, I have a cold. That's what this mask is for. My doc says, this way I won't give it to anybody else. Be kind to others, he says. Right, Mr. Wright. Whoa. That's a tongue twister, I guess. You have nothing to fear in the court. If you are truly innocent, I promise I will save you. Please, let go of my shirt. That's right. He's the one on trial, not you. He's the one who should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. My name is Mia Fey. I'm still pretty new at this lawyer thing. The first time I appeared in court was a year ago. But that trial traumatized me so badly I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom. It's been 1 year since then, and well, here I am again. But this time I'll win. For my client, and for myself. I probably changed your voice, didn't I? April District Courtroom number 2.
Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. What?
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense today is Miss Mia Fey, was it?
Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem?
I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was to be leading the defense.
Yes, well, you see, Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency.
Emergency?
But isn't that him... Okay, but isn't that him standing there right next to you? Yes, well...
You're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this?
Don't let him scare me. Give me a tough look.
So, slam.
Of course, Your Honor. I think.
Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please.
Well. I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. No problem, little girl. It will be all over soon.
Oh. What was that all about? Was you trying to trash talk me?
I should really read a bit more slowly.
Now then, I'd like to proceed with a summary of events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doc Swallow.
Doc Swallow? That sounds wrong. Okay.
He was a 4th year student studying pharmacology.
It sounds like he was a very bright young man.
Yes, well, next we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime. Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body. And the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway. They then called the police.
That certainly makes the defendant look very suspicious indeed. Very well. The court accepts this photo into the record as evidence.
Okay.
By the way, I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo.
You reputation for sagacity is well earned, Your Honor. The truth is that this victim died a rather unusual death.
An unusual death?
What do you mean, Mr. Payne?
Well, perhaps the defense would like to take this question?
Huh?
A simple question. I thought I might loosen you up a bit. I am a genteel man, if you will.
A what? Stand up to him, Mia. Show him what you're made of.
Ah, a perfect opportunity. Well, what was it? The cause. Go on. Please say you know at least this much.
I'm so sorry. I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file.
Oh, my...
What? Oh my!
Oh, my hemorrhoids are beginning to act up.
What the heck? Okay.
Now, see here. The details of the case are filled under the court record. But you knew that already, didn't you?
The court record. I think I can see that by touching the court record button. That one?
All of the weapons we need can be found in the court record. Take a good hard look at that data there, and think carefully before you answer, my dear.
Yes, sir. I'll do just that. I got to stay calm. I can't let that prosecutors get the better of me. The court record. Okay, let's take a look. Just touch the court record button there. Attorney badge. Proof of my profession. The first time and last time I used it was a year ago. The time of death, at 3 PM, cause of death was a fatal electric shock. Okay.
Now then, would the attorney for the defense please answer that question? What was the cause of death?
Well, it was electrocution. According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock. In other words, electrocution.
Electrocution? But how could such a thing happen? Did the murderer use some type of new super powerful stun gun, perhaps?
The answer to that will become crystal clear as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. But before that, there's one more vital issue.
What's that?
Why, motive, of course. Apparently there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant.
Bad blood?
What do you mean?
Oopsie, I'm terribly sorry. You're the defense authority, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this.
I really don't like this guy's smug attitude.
That's Winston Payne for you. He is one smooth operator, if you catch my drift. They don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know.
Why does he do that with his hair? Why don't you even have that hairstyle?
Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? And this time, I would like to see some supporting evidence.
Evidence?
No need to get all worked up over this. As I said, all our weapons can be found in the court record. Find the evidence you need and then shove it into old Greybeard's face.
Yes, sir. Into old Greybeard's face.
Mr. Grossberg, try to set a better example for the young lady.
Yeah... That wasn't that... subtle.
Mia, the evidence isn't the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are as well. You can toggle between profiles and evidence, so be sure to go over it all. Now then, let's see what you got. What was the cause of the bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim?
Profile? Okay.
It was Marvin Grossberg, of course. No.
I should probably mention now that this would be a long recording. Apparently the game is separated in chapters, and I want to record a whole chapter every once in a while. But as you will notice in this, of course, when it's uploaded. But I will upload it 2 times actually. One full whole video where you can see the whole story, which is this one, and then I will upload another shorter one with only the important things if you don't have the time or interest the interest to see the whole thing, of course. So in the shorter one I will only include the important stuff and the funny stuff. Okay. Yeah. Dog Swallow. Dahlia Hawthorne. I guess she was the source of the conflict. I guess. Take that! The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here. Dahlia Hawthorne, isn't it?
Very good, Miss Faye. You seem to have picked up on at least this much. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. But up until 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly she has some part to play in this story.
Oh, she started again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he was. Very well, Mr. Payne. Please call your first witness.
If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What? The defendant himself? Well, Miss Faye?
It's fine. After all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right? The defense has no objection.
Very well. The court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Oh, yes. My name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, right now I guess I'm a suspect.
No. It means, what did you do before you were arrested?
Oh. Achoo! I was in a university student.
Mr. Wright, do you understand that you are suspected in the death of your fellow student, Dr.
But I didn't do it! I'm innocent, I tell you. Okay. I'm telling you, I was achoo!
I had to go on.
Right.
Would the defendant please refrain from passing on his coat to the rest of us?
It seems the witness has something he wants to say.
Well then, Mr. Wright, please tell us about your relation to the victim.
Right away, Your Honor. The victim and I admit I was there. But I didn't. No, but I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe.
I see. So you hardly knew this victim.
Right. Like I said, I'm not a killer. Oh, it looks like Judge understands.
You're being naive, you know. Too naive.
Huh?
It seems that you've forgotten one small thing, young lady.
And that would be?
This witness still has to undergo something called a cross-examination.
Cross-examination?
He's right, and it's the defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if a witness' testimony contains any contradictions.
Contradictions?
If the witness is lying, their statements will conflict with the court record.
But Mr. Wright is my client.
Even if it is your client in the court, all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see.
What does she mean by that? She's saying that testimony just now? That there was a lie? A contradiction?
Now then, your cross-examination, if you please, Miss Faye.
Please, Mr. Wright, tell me you haven't been lying. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? So this is the testimony from just before. Yeah. What's this? Hold it! You say you found the body, so we'll call the police. Huh? At you! At you! At you! That's very... a very strong case of the cold he got there. Unfortunately, it was some other students that notified the police.
Other students?
That's correct. They were witnesses. Witnesses saw the defendants standing there next to the body in shock.
What? Is this true, Mr. Wright?
Achoo! 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 Could you stop sneezing every time you're in a bind? Well, it's true that I was pretty shocked when I found the body. But I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to us. Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. That's right. I mean, why would I even... But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Achoo! Oh god. Well, Mr. Wright? No, it wasn't me. I'm not a killer, I swear.
Mr. Wright, I will give you an opportunity to rewrite your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe?
Yes, well... he was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. Did you see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean. Yes, that's right. I saw it at the crime scene. That's why I figured he must love British stuff, see? It's true, cross my heart. I swear, I didn't do it. He's acting fishier than the salmon I ate last night. Okay.
May I ask you something, Miss Fay?
Yes, Your Honor. What is it now?
Who is this person anyway, this Union Jack fellow?
The Union Jack is the name of the flag of England.
Oh, I see. So you mean like the stars and stripes, right?
What? Are there stars in this? I can't remember. Oh well.
As usual, Your Honor, your insight astounds me.
Hey, something just occurred to me. Isn't there something strange about this bit just now?
Yeah, there is a contradiction here.
Mr. Grosper.
Quickly now, show that by your mean business, with evidence, I mean.
Oh, so I have to use evidence. Okay, Mia, check the court record carefully.
Well, my dear, do you think you can manage on your own from this point?
Yeah, I think so. 1 year ago, I was in a courtroom just like this. I can do it. I can handle this myself.
You mustn't try to bite off more than you can chew, Mia.
I'll be fine. I know what I have to do.
Remember, you can always press him to get more information. Oh, and one more thing. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some definite proof.
Okay, Mia, one more time, from the beginning of his testimony. It was... but I'm not a killer. What the... Never even talked. He was always walking around. I think it's something about this part. So... yeah, that's not gonna prove anything. No. The crime took place on the back of it. Oh, on the back of his shirt, but he doesn't.
Objection!
Objection! I love that. Oh, it's good. I love those proclamations. Are you certain you saw the Union Jack? Yeah, I'm sure. It was right there on his back.
Miss Fay, is there some point to the line of questioning?
Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing written on the victim's back. Hey, wait a minute! He's wearing a leather jacket! The Union Jack was on the back of his t-shirt he was wearing. I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. But if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You'd have no idea at all what he was wearing underneath the jacket. Mr. Wright, you have been lying to me. Please forgive me. Ah!
Yeah, you made our client cry.
Let him. That P on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyway. I can't believe I trusted him. Mr. Wright was all wrong.
That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lie for me. It's quite clear that this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime.
Uh-oh. Did I go too far?
By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it?
Yeah, I took some, but...
Was the medicine that you took an over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X?
Yeah, that's right. It kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How did you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer? Who's a fan of cold medicine? Okay.
Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now?
Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere. He lost it? Does this even have anything to do with the case?
Mr. Wright, shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now?
Huh?
Your Honor, I'd like you to take a look at another photo from the crime scene.
Oh. What's this?
In the victim's head. It's
Cold Killer X!
Objection! Yes, but even I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment.
Whoa!
Okay. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to. Especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints were all over.
What?
Sensing a smatter's intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine, dropped by Mr. Wright, and had it in his hand.
What?
His purpose in doing so can only have been to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright.
I think it was a bit mixed around there.
Order! Order in the court!
Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as it.
You have the bottle. Okay.
Very well, the court will accept them into the record.
How's that gonna prove anything?
Although the victim's wristband was broken.
Broken?
Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all that?
This is really bad.
Oh, my buttocks. My poor... Oh, hemorrhoids.
Would you shut the fuck up with those hemorrhoids? That's a private matter, sir. What really happened? The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then at around 3 or 4, I don't know, we split up. Was it AM or... Okay, PM. If it was AM, it would be a very weird time of day. Okay. Then later, I went back. I found him lying there. I've been taking Coca-Cola X for the last 2 or 3 days. Well, I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident.
Mr. Wright, that's completely different than the testimony you gave previous.
Achoo! 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 I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth. You'll forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible.
Miss Wright, please begin your cross-examination.
Oh, please, Mr. Wright, don't tell any more lies. Okay. Had you ever met the victim before then?
No,
Never! But that day he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly.
and this Dolly person is...
My, it's kind of embarrassing. She's my, sweetheart.
Oh! What was that for, Mia?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden. Okay. Dahlia Hawthorne was also the lover of the murder victim, Dark Swallow. Before she met Mr. Wright, that is.
So it was one of those nasty love triangles, I see.
Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45? Yeah, we were both there right on time.
You said the victim was in the pharmacology department, correct?
Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. Everyone called him the alchemist of IVU.
An alchemist? I see.
You gotta admit it was a little suspicious. You had a whole laboratory and everything.
Oh my.
It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high voltage electricity.
Oh, fascinating. Sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man.
What do I do? Maybe I should ask him for some more details. Why... okay. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department. Well, okay, sure, I don't know all that much though. A little bit earlier in the testimony you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. Yeah, that's right. And they sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltage so there are high voltage cables everywhere. High voltage cables? Yeah, there were electrical poles set up around... excuse me? Set up all around the building. The high voltage cables run overhead around the roof. Finally, I think we're getting somewhere. We talked for a bit, and then I went around and we split up. Then later when I went back, I found him lying there. So you say you went back? Yeah, that's when I found the body. Yes, but why did you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him? Oh, well, that's right, I was. Slam that desk. Then why, Mr. Wright? Why did you go back there? I thought maybe we could make up. Achoo! Okay, that's good. Judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one is buying this. On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch? Huh? What does that have to do with anything? You can never be too sure. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Her mini omelets are magically delicious.
Ow! Why did you punch me in the jaw?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like hurting someone all of a sudden.
Oh, poor Grasberg. I think that's enough for now. So the defendant and the victim met approximately the time of his death. And the defendant returned to the scene for some unknown reason.
I'm not entirely convinced by his explanations about the medicine bottle either.
Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted.
What do you mean?
I knew it was too much work for a little girl.
However, there is one mystery that still remains.
There is, Your Honor.
How the murder was carried out, of course. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct?
Well, that is, you are correct, Your Honor.
So how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? If I could somehow establish how it was done, maybe I could still come out of this mess smelling like a rose.
I guess you should always try.
Your Honor.
Yes, Miss Faye. That was a wrong voice I used there. Okay.
I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died.
That would be most impressive.
Quite the brass statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yes? An attorney must be able to substantiate the arguments with evidence.
Of course I know that. Actually, I had totally forgotten about that. Oh, that's classic.
Now then, Miss Faye, let me see what you got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted.
He was electrocuted by Cold Killer X.
No.
Guess this picture?
How about, that doesn't show anything.
I'm pretty sure I did. As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well.
Oh, what?
But there's nothing that
Even remotely resembles a murder weapon there. I'm afraid the defense is going to have to explain this in a bit more detail. Miss Faye, where exactly in this photo is the murder weapon?
Okay. So I'm pretty sure that this is it. So how do I... Oh! Well, naturally, it's right here.
What is that?
Man, is the judge oblivious or something? It's quite obvious what that is. A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. Why does my nose itch? Remember the testimony we've heard? The machines that pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage. And because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere.
So then, the high voltage cable...
Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation.
That certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, at least some praise is in order.
Don't toy with me, old man.
Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed have been a high voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what he really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was the defendant.
As you. That much is certainly true.
Yes, and that's not all. We have proof. A refutable proof that will establish that Mr. Wright was the murderer.
You do? Well, what is it?
His fingerprints.
Fingerprints?
You mean that the defendant's fingerprints were on something besides the medicine bottle? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. And as you may know, leather holds fingerprints quite well. You mean? Yes, it was quite clearly imprinted on the chest area of the victim's jacket. The palm prints of the defendant's very own hand.
What?
I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Intent and murder. He squarely pushed the victims towards the severed electrical cable.
Order! 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 That's enough! I think we can conclude that there is no reason to continue this cross-examination. Stick a fork in it, in us. We're done.
Mr. Grossberg. Your hemorrhoids are talking to you. Oh my god.
My hemorrhoids never lie. The show is over, Mia. I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him.
No, you're wrong. Mr. Wright is innocent.
No further evidence is required to convince me. No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt. That's better.
Your Honor.
This time, I am prepared to render a verdict in this case.
What?
Hold it!
Oh, okay.
Hold it!
Do you have something further to add, Miss Faye?
Man, talking this much really make your throat sore.
Well,
is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth. The whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. But I can't. I just can't say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be... It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me. Miss Faye. No matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you, and I'll represent you to the very end.
Oh,
man.
You already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything.
Wait a minute. Mr. Wright. I tell you what really happened. Would you shut up, Payne?
Well, I already told you, Mr. Wright, there's no need for further...
I did it.
oh?
I admit it. I pushed him. It's my fault. My fault that the dog swallowed is dead.
That girl you shouldn't see anymore.
Hey, it's none of your business.
I'm telling you for your own sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news.
You're lying.
Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl.
Stop it. Don't talk about it like that. Ooh. What?
Why is he sweating? Isn't that what he wants? Something that sounds like he actually committed murder. What you just said, was that the truth?
Yes, I was afraid. Afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure.
Well, as things currently stand, we are all absolutely convinced you are.
Please give me one more chance to explain. This time I swear I'll tell the whole truth. It'll be okay, won't it, Miss Faye? I believe in you.
Oh,
thank you. I still can't believe it. You really did push the victim.
It feels like my hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake.
Okay. When I pushed the victim. That guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. I lost my temper and gave him a shot. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back. He was just laying there, dead. Well, the explanation is really quite simple. When you pushed him, Mr. Swan flew back and touched an electrical cable. He died from the shock, and that, as they say, is that.
A simple explanation indeed.
At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. Wet from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted.
But when I pushed him, there weren't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed it. That's true. Even a doofus like him couldn't miss that.
Miss Faye, let me warn you right now that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on that?
Yes, Your Honor. Don't give up, Mia. If he is innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that will prove it. He was talking about dog. Lost my temper and gave him a shot. At that moment, I heard kind of. Can I inquire about that? A loud noise. And what would you say that loud noise was, Mr. Wright?
I'm not sure.
But it was really loud. It was like snap. Oh, snap! You know, come to think of it, I wonder what that was.
Clearly, Your Honor, it was the sound of the victim being electrocuted.
Okay. You're not qualified to decide that? What should I do? I'm treading on some dangerous ground here. Mr. Wright, that loud noise you heard may be extremely important. So try to remember what that was. How do I put it? It was like a sharp crack. Ah, could it have been? Yes, could it have been? Hurry up and tell us. When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding. Oh, so he landed on the umbrella. Well, being electrocuted would make a snap sound, so that actually sounds plausible. Oh, no, sorry. He fell right on top of it and broke it. That was probably the noise I heard.
An umbrella, huh?
And did that umbrella belong to the victim? Yeah, it was a plastic umbrella. Cheap and frail. Kind of like the owner.
You really didn't like that guy, huh?
Then again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the bone.
Miss Faye, what do you think? Is there something important in that testimony just now?
Well... She's not laying on top of the umbrella, so... Also, yeah. So I guess so. This is it, Mia. The new information you've been waiting for. Slam that desk. Of course it's important. No, this cheap umbrella is more than important. It's vital. I want to officially have it into the testimony.
Ha! How perfectly fitting. Flimsy information from a flimsy lawyer.
The court agrees to this defense, Crest. With this, please add that bit about the cheap umbrella to the testimony.
After I shoved him, he fell down on top of the umbrella. But no, not that one. This.
Objection!
Objection! Why didn't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning?
Come on, if I had mentioned that.
I would have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier.
What do you mean by that?
Take another look at the crime scene photos. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Yeah, that was it. Actually, it's by the electrical pole.
You're absolutely right.
The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell. In other words, after he was pushed by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive.
Order! 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 The victim, he moved? Mr. Payne, the umbrella in this photo, where is it now?
Why do my cell phone do that again? Or what?
Well, it was collected by the police at the crime scene.
I want it presented as evidence immediately.
But the umbrella could have simply been blown there by the wind.
Well, me is mad. According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it could have been blown there by the wind.
I know this matter of the umbrella seems relatively trivial. But as long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot render final judgment.
Oh god.
Although, I still find it hard to believe that a huge hole has been blown in the prosecution's case by the defendant's testimony. Well done, Mia. Mr. Payne, what are you chuckling about?
Pardon me, Your Honor. It seems I was expecting too much of a free ride. It was foolish to think I could establish guilt through cross-examination alone.
I'm afraid I don't follow what you're saying.
Let me guess. You have another witness.
Exactly. And this witness testimony will be incontrovertible.
Well, who is this witness?
Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Dahlia Hawthorne. You don't mean Dahlia?
I do, Your Honor. The defendant's very own lover is a witness to the droll thing.
Is she the murderer?
That's right. She was at the scene of the crime where the murder took place.
What?
I'm sorry to bring the bad news to you, my dear.
Bad news? You couldn't be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this.
You can't be serious.
Here, what do you mean by that? I think this is a good point for us to stop. The court will now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what... Oh. Come on, I didn't... Sorry. That wasn't supposed to happen. It's alright. At least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright. Yeah. So I guess I can start to relax then, huh?
Relax, my boy. You can't be serious after hiding such important facts.
But the next witness is my Dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will. Why do you think that? Uh-huh. What do you mean? She's the love of my life, that's why. The love of your life, huh? Would you mind telling me more about you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? Sure, no problem. Dahlia and I, we first met about 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse. Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side, anyway. One day, she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this. Oh, oh, it's a necklace. She gave me this symbol the day we met as a symbol of her love. She had been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off. But before she gave it to me, she said, "I want you to carry this."
So, she gave it to you as a present, I see.
This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little daughter. Wow. This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little daughter. Okay. It certainly is a little bottle, alright. Yeah, I can see that. It makes me so happy. I show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. So that's evidence. Other receipt from Phoenix Wright. What? Anyway. So after that, you and Miss Hoffman started dating. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now.
What a strange girl, asking for a present back like that.
There's something in the bottle, isn't there? By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne 8 months ago, it wouldn't happen to have been on August the 27th, would it? Huh? Yeah, it was. But how did you... This happened on August 27th, right here in this courthouse. What's this? A newspaper clipping? Let's see. Murder in the courthouse. Murder?
What are you reading there? Let me see that. Oh, I see. Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. And I think I understand why you suddenly took such a keen interest in this case. You believe there is some relationship between these two cases, am I correct?
Is there? I hope you don't mind, Miss Grossberg.
Miss? I just called her a miss.
Mister. I need to finish this myself.
Ah, yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have a look at the downstairs reading room and see what else I can find.
Thank you.
I want to do whatever I can to be of help to you, Mia. Well, it looks like the recess is about over. We'd better all get moving.
I guess so. That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though. Oh, so this is a chapter in. So... Hell yeah. Well, this is about it, guys. This was the first chapter, as far as I understand. My webcam stopped recording because it went over the maximum time. So, yes. This was the first chapter. Well, I hope you like it, because it certainly had some unexpected things. Dark Swallow was an interesting name, and I don't know what was up with Mr. Grossberg and his hemorrhoids. So I'm gonna release a version where everything would be shown. Everything with relevance, at least. Everything text-based, if you will. And later, at another time, we will re-release it with only the important and funny things. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!